Hey guys, it's Hóllie from Hunter Ryan. I am live right now. I have my reading glasses on, but the screen's kind of far away. I'm doing this on the iPad. You see, I'm in the new storeroom side. This is how Pashtopia is changing out. These boxes will actually end up next door in the area you guys are used to seeing me in, which is the not listed because these are from my fifth shop Goodwill. And then these are all the other listed items. I have like 1,300 and something listed right now, but I have another like 230 in here that are from Renee, who was like my buddy back when we were doing Flawsome Finds. And sorry, I'm like so trying to figure out where the camera is. Um, but she decided to quit. She wasn't making great money on it. And now I know why, because she was not doing very good listings. So I had told her make sure that she's putting, the brand and stuff like that in there. And as I'm going through them now, it's like 700 things that say nice shirt, nice dress, nice pants, and kill me now. So, this is what I have been doing and working on for the past month about. And so, basically, this is my shed side. This was already built, but we've added in because it was just basic wood. So, I've added in caulked all of the holes that were in the wood, and like around pipes and stuff that go out from this room, and then added in a layer of insulation. We've got very important if you're using a garage or other outdoor. Hey, Lindsay Ann, I'm doing all right. Just showing off the new listing side of Pashtopia. So if you are working outside, like in a garage or a situation like that, you need a dehumidifier and a AC unit. Keeping things stored, um, like in a constant lower humidity, um, is very important. Especially like if you have. Let me grab these guys because these guys are a great example. Okay, so these guys had been put in plastic bags, and I think one is real leather and the other one's vegan leather. But you do not want to put. You see how it kind of sticks together? That's from vegan leather and stuff. Hi, Chicken the Sticks. How's it up there in Maine? It's actually cool down here in the Keys right now. I guess a front came through yesterday. The wind was ridiculous. I was like having to go and grab stuff out of the yard that was blowing away. But leather and vegan leather, do not put them in your plastic bags. I have a closet that all my leather and vegan leather gets put in because if you put it in plastic bag, and especially if you don't have good control of your humidity and temperature, you are going to get the situation where it starts peeling off. And I'm sure everybody's found some shoes and stuff like that that were leather or vegan leather, and they're just like flaking and falling apart. And that is your humidity and your temperature. So if you're using a garage situation, go and get you a dehumidifier. The one I actually have one in this room right now, and then I have and these are the home, and it's the I think it's the largest one they had. It's like supposed to be for 4,200 square feet, but I live in Florida, which is incredibly humid. So that's why, even though these are smaller spaces, it's I think it's like 11 and a half. Well, no, because if you count the post, it's like 13. Each side is 13 by like 23 or something. Yeah, and that's the other thing too. Cold and hot. If either one of those extreme temperatures, Chicken the Sticks just brought up that, um, she lives in the area where stuff could freeze if it was left in the garage, and so that also, really cold weather can actually add to sweating of your items, especially stuff like this. Like this is also sorry. Oh my gosh. So this is not like really thick vegan leather like the other one. It's more of a just kind of a coating. But this also needs to be inside somewhere where it's really super not humid and not in plastic bags, um, because it will start peeling and stuff. But how how being frozen actually can affect humidity. Sorry, can affect the humidity, um, like sweating, which can be a problem for the clothes. Is when you go from it being cold to, like, say you have it out in the garage and then you're going to bring in a bin to the house to like work on some stuff. Well, it's going from that cold to a warmer situation. So now you've got condensation happening. And if you're not taking care of it right away, your stuff is going to get moist and can grow mold. So you really need to have some kind of temperature control, be it, like a minute, what do you call this? It's like a little roller air conditioner that moves around. And I would think I think it also would make it warmer if it got below 76. But definitely the dehumidifier. I have the ones that I have two of these, and then I have one smaller. And the smaller one that's in the other side, I actually already have it set up so that the tube runs outside, so it continually is emptying. The two large ones, I still need to set up holes for them to get their hoses outside, so they're continually um, dropping. Hey, Amber. Amber just popped in between calls at work. I hope you're listening, girl. Um, but these two I have to empty right now until I get them set up for continuous, um, going through a hose. And they have a 1.8 gallon receptacle on the bottom. So it's kind of crazy. Like days like this where it's cooler and the humidity is down a lot, um, I may only have to empty it 3 times today. And yeah, I know, 3 times. The other side is more sealed because we already got wood up on the inside. I still need to get the wood up on the inside in here. Um, so this one usually needs to be emptied like half a time more than the other one. And there's also, like another small one in that room too, which also helps with it not having to dump as much. Um, Yesterday was kind of crazy because like I had to empty this one like 3 times, and the other one had like nothing in it. So, and it's really the humidity, so that just kind of really shows you how important it is to make sure you have stuff sealed up really good, or you're gonna have those issues with humidity. You can have mold because of it. I lost an entire bag of white items that I was going to be bleaching and then tie dyeing because underneath the wall because this is on the slab under my house. And we had some flooding in the yard, and it hadn't been completely sealed underneath the wood that's attached to the cement. And so water got in. I did not realize that it was able to get through the plastic of the IKEA bag, because I guess it's like a woven IKEA bag. So just so y'all know, they're not waterproof. Don't sit your IKEA bag in some water. But I didn't realize that the water was getting into that bag. And like a month later, as I was cleaning stuff up, I found this bag and it's like all mold. So be really cognizant of water. If there's any water in infiltration into your storage area, keeping your humidity down and your temperature at a set level, be it needing to be a heater or an air conditioner. So that's just kind of the basics of setting up a good inventory area. So then I use larger bins. So I use the 106 quart bins for the majority, but then I also have, you see the bin here, that's dresses, and I also use that size. That's like a 200 quart bin. I use that size also for my jeans, and I have two of those of jeans so far, and starting on a third one. I will probably end up, because I'm working on dresses right now. These are the ones that are coming in from Renee's closet. I've already gotten the two bins. I got two of these bins of my stuff into that 200 quart, and I have room. The AC's kicking back on. I have room probably for the, if I finish this row, so this much with that, I'm going to go ahead and put them in there and see how much more room I have, because I'll probably end up have to have a 200 and 106 gallon for all of my skirts. My dresses, or no, these are dresses, sorry. The skirts, and I've already finished my skirts and my pants. So that's a combination of both of our stock. The skirts, it's about ready for another bin, as well as the pants. The pants have a little bit more room, but that was kind of a good thing I got from her, because I didn't have a lot of women's pants listed, mostly jeans were what I had. So I got a bunch of pants in now. So you can see on the end here, they have a QR code, and that is like this. This is an app called Totescan app, and basically what you do is you can download the free app, and then these QR codes are able to be purchased in the app. 90 for, trying to hold it right, 90 for $6.99, or 45 for $3.99. And then this, you would go into, I'm going to open up my Totescan right now. Oh, stop, computer. Okay, hold on. I have to use my other hand from my fingerprint to get in here. I'm sorry, you guys, this is all bouncing around. Okay, hold on. I gotta unplug it because it's gonna keep going off. Okay. Oh, I'm getting my reminder that tomorrow I have to do my avalanche report. Okay, where did it just go? Okay, so Totescan, you guys can see on here. I have it's just in my little box here of Monet. So I'm gonna go into Totescan, and this is basically your home window. It says My Totes on there, and you see a bunch of letters and stuff. And in this case, it says Untitled. So these ones have not been set up on a bin yet. So then now I have, you can see it says Pashtubia Shed. So you get to name your locations. And so these are in the room I'm in right now, which is Pashtubia Shed. And then I have women's jeans 1, women's jeans 2, women's jeans 3, shirts, tees, tanks. So each of those is basically defining one of these bins and what's inside of it. So right now I'm working on dresses, and I'm using the our. Oh, I just showed it to you guys, and now I laid it down. So just showed you guys the code that I'm using for that dress bin. And then now you can see when I add an item at the top where it says add item, click on that. And let's do one real quick. Okay, so after you click on add an item, you have title of item. Sorry. Um, I like to add the picture, so I do take a picture of the item in the bag. So I kind of have like a visual clue too to find it. How many there are, and then a description. So what I'm doing, some people would entitle the item, they would put like the brand and stuff like that, but I'm actually using my um, barcodes um, numbers as the title of the item. Then I take a picture, and then I put the item description in there, because both the sorry guys, this thing is not wanting to sit on its own. Okay, so the title area, I've got a little dress here, and so this one, I'm now using the like I buy these pre-printed barcodes, so I'm not having to go through that step of creating SKUs and then trying to create barcodes from the SKUs. This saves me a bunch of time, and it's still a number I can use. So basically, this one you see it's titled listed inventory. I also have ones that are sorted stock. So as I'm bringing items in now, I'm actually adding a number to them. I'm giving them a SKU so that I can start following my items from the time they come in the door to the time they go out the door. So this item is listed inventory, so I'll list it as L and then the number. But instead of writing the number in, what I'm going to do is click here. So I click on the thing, and my barcode reader has gone to sleep, so I'm going to have to click it a couple times. Okay, there you go. So you see I clicked it in there. I'm just going to add the L at the front. Usually I remember to put the L first, or the S for sorted. Okay, so I got the number in there. Now I'm going to click the picture icon and take a picture of my item in the bag. So now I have a visual clue as to what I'm looking for in the bin. So you see, and then I'm going to put in the description, this is per du. Oh no, it's du pa du du pa du. Okay, and it is olive green, shift dress, silk. Okay, so I'm giving it like keywords because you can actually search for your items based on your title, your description. Um, and so I try and put like keywords that I would use if I was looking at it on Poshmark and I wanted to find it. Under this Totescan, you can actually use this with your Alexa. So I could be like, hey, Alexa, where is Du Perdue silk dress? And it would say, um, item L000011 is in, and then it would tell me the tote that it's in, and I think it may say the location that you have as well. I haven't used Alexa yet. So let's go ahead and save this. So we're going to save it. And then now we just sold it, so we want to find it real quick. So we're going to actually go back to the main screen. So my totes. And I'm going to click the search. And I remembered that it's a olive, if I can spell, olive green silk dress. Oops, I spelled silk wrong. Okay, so then I'm going to look it up and it's not going to show me anything. Sometimes I have issues with this wanting. Okay, so let's just look it up by olive. Okay, so it actually shows me, oh, apparently I've already listed this one because now it's showing me, all I looked up was olive, and since I had that in the description, it pulled it up, and apparently I've listed this one twice now, so I'm going to go ahead and, instead of going to the item, I have the two items here, and so I want to delete one of them, so I'm going to, sorry guys. If I just wanted to move it, stop. I'm not trying to push on it. It's kind of hard to do this. Okay, so if I wanted to change where it was, change, that kind of thing, I pull to the right, and that shows you the green, and that's going to give you the options to move it. You can scan in a new tote, or in this case, we're going to move it to the left, and it is now deleted. So a little more about that. So I do like Totescan a lot. So far my only problem with it is that it is it's an app, so you have to be connected to the internet, and I have issues with that sometimes with connecting, so it doesn't allow you to do stuff offline. So that's kind of like my only issue with it so far. Um, but luckily, I keep my stuff by category. So say I couldn't get in here, I do have the scan number is in my listing in my SKU area, but the main thing, so I'll know what number to look for, and I know, like, I have specific bins for specific things. So say I can't pull it up in here and know for sure that it's in the bigger bin or the littler bin, I would probably start, because the big bin is like my start, so I would kind of look in there, see what the numbers are, and if the number's different, higher or lower, then I would know to look in the other bin. So if it's offline, I still, because I use categories rather than the A, B, C, D, and then numbers going in, it'll work for me. I think that it could be an issue if you have times that, um, you're not going to have internet, like we have hurricane season and we get all kinds of storms come through and all that. So we have a lot of times when internet's down. So I'm not going to be able to use that efficiently during those times, but at least because of my style of listing by categories, it'll still work. So just think about that. I think it's a really great program because it's so inexpensive to get into it. I mean, you've got 90 of those little QR codes for $6.99. And then the app that you put that in is free, and it's like unlimited things that you can put in it. So if you are looking for an inventory system that's very inexpensive, that you're gonna have to do a little bit of adaption to make sure that you're putting stuff, you've got stuff so that you know where it is, even if the power goes out or the internet goes out. Um, I would probably make it part of my SKU number, the location, because then that way when it's saved in your listings, you would know better where it is just based on that, and then you just have the Totescan kind of as a backup. So that's one option on how to use it, um, and have it be worthwhile for you. So that's kind of what I'm working on today. I am trying very hard to get all of this inventory in. You see my jeans box. This is I think this is the jeans from Renee and the jeans that I don't have in a bin yet. So, and then I have two big things like that of jeans that I still need to bring over from the other room. But I wanted to get, some of those situations sorted out first. Um, Most of these bins are going to fit on the two shelves that I got. Um, like I said, I use the larger bins. Most people use small bins. I prefer to have more things in a single bin, and I do kind of like an overlap on top of each other, so I get double the things. Um, I say like dresses, like these dresses, there's probably 120 to 130 dresses in here. Same with shirts. I get like a little over 100 or so. Pants, and stuff that's a little thicker. Obviously, you get less per bin, but that lets me. I put the bins in sideways so I can fit two bins in there, and then I have a space between them that I'm gonna like put the shoe boxes so I can put my shoes in there as well. And then I'll also be putting the shoe boxes in this little corner situation. And I got some um, dowels and little hooks that I'm going to put up to hold my purses. So that way, the purses, I can have them stuffed so that they keep their shape that they're supposed to have, and I can just have them hung on the dowel. The ones that the handle can unclip, can just clip it right on. Ones that I can't clip or add, onto it, I have like little hooks that hang down that I can just hook the handle onto. So I'm really excited about getting that up, but I kind of need to get the walls up in here first. And then this area is probably going to be bags. So I'll probably have, or no, my bags are going to be on the wall. What was I going to put on here? I may need it for more of these, but it's probably going to be my smaller boxes. So, like, if the dresses were, like right now, the pants and the skirts, they're filling up one bin, but I don't get those often. So maybe the next bin I do for them will be like half that size, so like the 56 quart bin. So I put that over here, and then I would know, okay, pants, the big bin, and then I'll have like a small bin. Once that starts to fill up, then I'll transfer all this stuff in there to a large bin. So that way, and with Totescan, like you saw, you can just slide to the side to show the green, and you can move it to a new bin, or you can just go into the tote, edit the tote itself, and put it in a new location if you're doing a new location. And these, I actually set mine up. So where did it go? So I can check. Okay. So I set mine up. I printed them out, and then I bought a bulk thing of these like little badge holders. So I put them in there, and then I got um, Velcro. I got like this big thing of Velcro, and so I stick one piece of the Velcro on the badge holder, and then the other side of the Velcro is on the end of the bin. So that way I can take it off when I'm working on it, and then I can stick it back onto the bin, and it can easily be moved from bin to bin. So like when I go from a 56 quart to a 106 quart, all I have to do is move the tag. Then I don't even have to go through the whole moving all the items to another tote. The other cool thing about Totescan is that you can transfer your totes to someone. So, um, say like I bought 180 totes so far, like these QR codes. So I bought 90 of the in app print yourself ones. And then I also bought 90 of the pre-printed ones on Amazon. You can get pre-printed that are on stickers. So I bought 90 of those as well. Because at first I didn't know that they had the print one in there. I just knew about the Amazon one. So I have 180 totes. I'm probably not going to use all of those. So what I can do is my friend Lori, she's she just started Totescan too, and I can't remember. No, I think she bought enough totes. But say we decided to trade some stock between us. So I could put all of my stock that I'm giving to her into one of my tote QRs, and then I can just say, you know, transfer to, put in her information in Totescan, and it would move all of those items with that tote number to Lori. So she could empty it and return the tote QR to me, or, she can give me her tote with a tote SKU, and then we're just, those have changed from our inventory. So it's got a lot of customization that can be really helpful in setting up an inventory, whether you have very little or if you're like me and have ridiculous amounts. If I had really thought about it, I think I saw it as I'm starting to do it. I think I remember a video when I first was like looking at videos to try and learn about Poshmark. I believe I originally did see it on a Dion Dean video, because I kind of remember her talking about um, an inventory thing that it was so inexpensive you could use them on every item or whatever. Um, but I didn't really, and that would have been great if I had actually clicked in on that and been like, oh, okay, let me do that. But I was in that mindset of, well, I don't really have a lot of stuff. I'm just got stuff out of my closet kind of thing. I don't need that much. So I thought that it should be for a higher level. But seriously, if I had started doing Totescan when I first started, life would have been so much easier as far as finding things and knowing where things are. And oh wow, yeah, it would have been very helpful. So even if you just have a small inventory, I 1,000% recommend it. Again, there are those drawbacks, especially if you are someone that does their inventory in that, like you have a bunch of bins and just you put stuff in whichever bin has space kind of thing. I think that could be a drawback if you have an issue where your internet does kind of go down sporadically because it doesn't have an offline option, which that's something that I definitely am going to send feedback for, because I think if it had an offline option for you to be able to work into your working on your stuff, even if your internet's down, and then it adds it to once you come back up, or if it, you know, lets you've got it downloaded, you've got like an offline, it's showing everything that from the last time that you were online with it, and so you can actually go through and pull up your stuff and see where things are. So that's the one drawback that I've found so far. As far as everything else, I think that this is so good because I can define down to like a laundry room. You know, I can take one of these QR codes, I'm going to stick it on the door to my laundry room. And so when I take stuff that, oh wow, I found a stain as I was looking through this, that's going to the laundry room. So I can actually, scan in that item and then put it to the tote that is the, the tote QR that is for my laundry room. I've got, like right now, I have these items as I'm going through. These were in the listed, but they're not actually in my Vendu, because I use Vendu too. So it's not in Vendu, it's not in Poshmark, and like maybe got overlooked. That was my first thing. Well, maybe I got overlooked by Vendu, but no, I have everything that's in my Posh has been uploaded to Vendu. So these guys all somehow got deleted, or something happened with their listings, and so I don't know where I don't have the pictures because I do delete them after I take pictures, so I have room. So I'm gonna have to reshoot all of those. So those are gonna be, some of them do have numbers, and they're gonna be tagged and scanned for the um, the workroom side. So just being able to know where stuff is so helpful. Definitely do audits of your stuff, because even when you do something, like good, and you go through it, you can have situations where something you forgot to scan it in or something. So it could get misplaced that way, but at least you kind of know where it was, and that might trigger in your mind, oh yeah, that needed to have a spot removed. So let me go check the laundry room for it. So we have been running my mouth for 30 minutes, and I need to get these things listed and in my system. And thank you so much, guys, for watching. Okay, do I have an opinion on Vendo? Okay, I don't know about List Perfectly. Um, Basically, the main reason I chose Vendu over List Perfectly is that List Perfectly charges you for how much stuff you have total. Vendu charges you how many things you're adding per month, and then you can actually, you maintain all of your stuff. So like for me, I had over 1,000 items in my Poshmark closet. So my first month on it, I only did the 250, and like I loaded 250 things, and I was confused. I was thinking like I can only have 250 items in there. But then I found out that, oh no, it's how many items you bring in that month. So the next month I did the 2,000 level, and that let me bring in everything. Luckily, because that was like the same time that I got the 700 things from Renee. So I pulled in all of her stuff, all the rest of my listed stuff. So in 1 month, it cost me like, I think it was high, but I can't remember how high. But that month, I got everything brought in on from both of the closets, and that now I'm at 250 again, which is the lowest of them. And so I really need to get this stuff taken care of so I can start getting some stuff listed. I like the ability to, what is, like, Vindoo, it just kind of works for me. I can put in my SKUs so I know where stuff is. I like that if I do changes in Vindoo, it then changes, it then will affect like the other things. So like I can fill out Vindoo draft, and then, okay, I want to do eBay. So I'll click on eBay, and only the things that are different for eBay than for everything else become things that I have to fill because they didn't autofill from Vindoo. And like Poshmark, I don't think there's very much that I end up having to add. I think Poshmark is pretty much completely filled out from Vindoo. And then Macari also has a couple other things that you have to adjust. I like that with Vindoo, like I did a, I downloaded my inventory that I have on Vindoo because a lot of the stuff I have is, from her that isn't listed yet. So my inventory report off of Posh wasn't giving me the names for the things that I'm bringing in from Renee's because I haven't listed them yet. So this way, all of the stuff I have, even though some of it isn't listed yet, I've got it in Vindoo as a draft so that when I do list it, all I have to do is, I'm able to pull down the inventory report and have like all my names ready. So now I'm going through doing my stick everything on. So like for that, and you can actually pull the inventory by date. So you can see like when you listed stuff, the date, so that can help you if you want to make sure that you're relisting stuff every 30 days. You can go in there and say, okay, show me what I have from this date to this date. It's going to pull that up, and then you can, okay, I'm going to relist all of those, delist, relist all of those. So I'm not, like I said, the only thing that I know of List Perfectly, and the main reason why I didn't choose to go with them, is the fact that I have so much inventory, having to pay for every single listing to be on their platform every single month would make it impossible for me to even make my money back. So that's only that's my opinion based on how it works for me. For me, I think Vindoo is the best option. But, everybody's different, and some people like benefits that List Perfectly has, that some of them, though, like things that people have said that were their positive for List Perfectly over Vindoo. Vindoo has actually added, like they've got almost every platform now. I don't think they have Facebook Marketplace yet, or they're working on it. I think Facebook Marketplace is being added now, but they also update with the with the different platforms. Anytime there's an update on a platform, they actually will then do an update. So I mean, I've had it now for like 3 months, 2 or 3 months now, and it has updated, I think, like 3 times. So yeah, You're welcome, Chicken the Sticks. Hopefully that helps, you determine what works best for you. I am the pros and cons of Vendu. So maybe watch one of Becky Park's videos, because I know she's on List Perfectly. So, check them both out. See what people say about both sides, and then figure out, okay, basically have a checklist in your mind of the stuff that you need from one of these types of programs, and then make your choice. The other reason I don't think they do it almost perfectly, but on Vendu, the delist relist thing, that is super, 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 and that's an extra pay thing. So like I pay $11 over my monthly thing to be able to list on all of the platforms. There's something else, and then the main one is be able to delist relist. So that is super good, because then you can relist things into Just In on Poshmark, whereas if you use Poshmark's copy relisting option, if that listing that's being copied and relisted is less than 60 days old, it's not going to show up on the Just In. It will only show up on the Just In if you are relisting it using their copy thing and it's 60 days or older. From if you're going in and doing delist relist in Vendu, it's going to show up as Just In and count as like a new item. So that's also a huge selling point in Vendu for me. So I don't know for sure if List Perfectly has that or has added that. From what I think I heard, that they didn't have it yet at that point where you could do delist relist on List Perfectly. You basically would have to go in. I think it was you had to go in and delete. You had to go into your account, delete the item, and then go back into List Perfectly and add the item. I think is how they did it. But like I said, check out what Becky Park. She knows List Perfectly very well. Vendu, all of that, and Totescan. I know there's a lot of other programs out there. I actually started basically using my inventory list from Poshmark, and then now Vendu. I was using Vendu and Poshmark um, inventory reports to kind of like look at my inventory. Like I would print out the whole list and have like everything come down and check the numbers, So I go through all of my jeans and stuff and figure out which numbers I was missing and stuff like that. So then that way, too, the next round I can pick those numbers. So with Totescan, I'm not having to print out those lists of all of my inventory. I can just hold my phone and say, okay, I want to check all of the pants, and go to my bin that has the pants, and there I've got the list of everything that should be in there. So those are my pros, my cons, my life story about here, and I need to get back to getting these things checked, and the stuff that still needs to be listed. I know I've got like 250 things, I think, still of hers to list, or relist, I would say, into my account, and I have a lot of categories still to do, and I really want to get back to getting some pictures done in my new photo booth, because I got the parts that I was missing to have that work, and I want to get some new stuff listed. But if I don't take care of this situation now, and I just add more stuff on top of it, it's going to be a nightmare. So that's what I have to do. It is frustrating that I started this project mainly because I had worked in December to get the 500 sales lifetime that we were supposed to have for the $5,000 grant from Poshmark. And so I took basically February and March, you know, and now we're going into April. I've taken these months off, not completely, but not really as aggressive trying to sell as I am trying to get inventory sorted out. And so I wasn't making sales like I was at the end of the year when I was pushing sales. And they changed the amount of things that you had to sell. Well, when you're taking almost a month off of selling, my closet was shut down for like half of February and like a week or two of March, trying to work on it. And yeah, so there was no way I was going to make that 125 that they changed it to. Like at the end of February is when they changed it over to the new amount that they're doing. So I probably will not have the sales to be able to apply in summer either, because I still am working so much on this. But what I'm thinking about doing is I'll put like my really high end stuff that I can't play that game with. I'll put those not for sale, and then everything else um, that I'm at least not losing money if they bid the lowest, which is 20% of your list, and do a name your price sale. So that should be able to get several sales out. So those name your price sales, keep in mind, if you're taking whatever the person bids, the lowest they can offer through this system, not like sending you a comment, is 20% of your list. So figure everybody's going to be a jerk and just offer you the lowest possible that they're able to. Will you lose money on name your price at 20%, or will you at least break even so you get those sales numbers? If, like me, you're trying to get 125 sales to be able to apply for the next grant. Um, so we got 3 months now, started April 1st to June 30th or 31st, I can't remember if it's a 30 or 31 month, um, to get 125 sales to be able to apply for the 5,000 grant, or you get 10 sales for the $500 grant. So I really think with all the stuff I still have to do, getting my inventory straight, that's kind of pulling me away from the the stuff that gets you more sales. So yeah. So I think the name your price sale is going to be the best option for making sure that I can get the 5,000. Okay, guys. So thank you so much for listening to me ramble. It's now almost an hour. Love you guys. And tomorrow at 7 o'clock, uh, Barbara Babash is going to be, or no, that's Sunday. Sorry, Sunday. Barbara Babash. Wait, yeah, tomorrow's Sunday. Derp. Okay, so tomorrow, Sunday, Barbara Bosch will be doing the um, Halls for Money Mountain. So she's taking the Halls for Money Mountain challenge. She's going to be pulling some items and sharing those items with us of things that she's going to list through the next week. And then the following Saturday, she'll be back to let us know like how she did, how many things she sold, and all that. So remember, Sunday, tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, come back for live hauls from Money Mountain and join the challenge of pulling some items out of your death pile, even things that may need some work, cleanup, sewing, whatever, and get those done and listed and kill off our money piles, or in my case, a money mountain. So thank you guys so much. Have an awesome day. Um, I guess I'm supposed to say hit the like and blah 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 and all that. If you would like to subscribe, subscribe. If you don't. If you want to complain because this was kind of a ridiculous show, like moving, because I'm using my iPad, so it's like wiggly and jiggly and all that. So I'm sorry for that. You can give me a thumbs down for that and just put in a note, stop being crazy with your iPad. But seriously, if you have any criticisms that of things that I can work on, like the factors, got to think about that as well. I was about to say please give me a thumbs down, but let me know what I need to work on. So that's very helpful if you can do that. If you liked it, thumbs up. If you just really don't care, then don't care. That's all right. Leave your information in the chat so we can go and check out your closets, your YouTubes, your Instagrams. Leave your link tree if you got a bunch of everything, because I want everybody to support everybody, and you can advertise on my videos anytime you want. If you got a sale coming up, put that in the comments. Let us know so we can go and support you as well. Thank you and peace out.